good? Was good? Was good, man? Buckeye Steppas podcast, man. Your host, CamJNetwork, in full effect, man. Here, just want to give it a little recap, man, of week three. Well, not week three, my bad. Week two. Oh, a fried moment right there by myself. But definitely want to give a little recap, man. These games from yesterday, man. Definitely, it was some dope games yesterday in college football for week two. Definitely, my Buckeyes, of course, played Grambling State. It wasn't much of the game for real, honestly. You know what I'm saying? I didn't expect, Grambling to put up a crazy fight and it'd be a tough fight in a game with Grambling State. But I do got to salute Grambling State. They definitely played hard. They played very hard out there, man. And the head coach before the game, he mentioned probably like the day before the game, Grambling State's head coach mentioned that, we know what we here for. Like we know why we here, what's going on, what's going to happen, and everything. He said, enjoy the band, enjoy the game in general, and everything. And I was listening to Grambling State's head coach after the game yesterday, and he said some valuable things. Just saying pretty much, he liked how Grambling State how they fought and how they played in the game and everything, and that his guys came out healthy, which is God blessing to Grambling State on that factor and everything. But of course, man, the Buckeyes was just on different timing yesterday, man. Like them guys, they right now they're hungry, they're on a mission. This team, this roster for Ohio State is really amazing. Amazing. We've been talking about this team all off season about how talented this team is, even though yes, they coming into this year definitely a little bit inexperienced at some positions, but they had the experience with certain positions where a lot of these guys were backups for a lot of these starters last year, which is now they're playing in the starter role, which is they're taking that same mentality, playing fast, physical, and hard and strong. From the playoffs into this 2025 season, and we're seeing it duplicate in the first two games from Ohio State with Texas and Grambling State, and we just get to the game a little bit in general. I mean, great game from JS10 yesterday, man. He was 18 for 19, four touchdowns, 306 passing yards, had one interception, had the record. He set a record yesterday for most consecutive completions to start a game for Ohio State for his quarterbacks with 16 for 16 yesterday. And of course he's 18 for 19, which is the one, you know, bad play that he had was he threw a pick in the end zone, in the red zone where he read the play. He misread the play. Like the slant was open on the play, but he decided to go out towards the out route on the right side in the end zone of the corner and try to hit Cornell, but he threw the ball too late. The cornerback was on it and read it already and dropped on it and everything. So it no, that was the only bad play that we had from JS10 yesterday. But other than that play, JS10 was solid yesterday. Salute to my brother Crutch in the building, man. I'm just start talking about Crutch, talking about your boy JS10 yesterday,
You
dog.
already know.
Man,
One
I was
throw.
excited. I was excited watching him yesterday, man. He was on point. Just laser focused. The leading rusher yesterday was Bo Jackson with 9 carries, 108 yards, one tutty.
Yeah.
Jeremiah Smith, leading receiver, 5 catches, 119 yards for two tutties. Leading, no, it's a multiple guys with sacks. Caden Carey, of course, they got him on the list. Leading tackler for the game, Peyton Pierce with 6 tackles yesterday, man. So,
Let's
those are the
go.
leaders and stats right there. What you think about JS10, man? Get your perspective on JS10 yesterday, man. What you saw? I mean, let me put this in perspective for everybody. Yes. we played Grambling State yesterday, so yes, we know what what was going to happen and know what we knew what the deal was. I'm just saying in
right?
particular, me watching the game yesterday. When I watch these type of games, was I hate these games for honestly, I really do. But when I watch these type of games, when we play like a FCS team or just a low tier team in college, I look at the little things, where to improve on some mishaps. Look at how accurate and how well these guys are playing. You know what I mean? So that's something that I kind of wanted to put in the context before we get a little started for Isaiah said.
Well, for sure. I mean, it's been a while since I've been excited about a Ohio State quarterback. So I am probably gonna glaze the shit out of this dude. But it's intended. Like he looked perfect. He had one bad pass, and that's because it was his first option. He's just looking down, feeling a little overconfident. Um,
Absolutely.
Along with our defense kind of got lagged in the middle of that second quarter too. It was almost like when they was running the ball all over us for that one drive. Of course, it didn't
It's
amount
like
to
they was
anything,
getting
but
bored, man. The defense was getting
yeah,
bored out there because it's like you playing against this squad that you just overmatched, and it's like after a while you gotta stay locked in. You gotta find a way to stay
right.
locked in.
I ain't give up no points stuff. So I mean, it is that. So, but other than that, like I mean, Lorenzo Styles was quiet around that first quarter. Uh, but JS10 in particular, like he was perfect except for that one play. I mean, that's what you kind of look for in these games. At least I do, and you kind of touched on it, but like you look for perfection in these games. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Perfection, and we got it. Essentially.
Absolutely, bro. And just looking at the rest of the stats, man, as far as the guys, Lincoln Keyhouse, when he came in, he was 6 for 7, 71 yards. He had one tutty. Tavion St. Clair, not too much from Tavion because it was towards the end of the game and we were like running the ball and not trying to do too much and on Grambling and really overwhelm them because they was already overwhelmed. You know what I mean? As it
Yeah.
was. So Tavion was 0 for 2. Had a couple of throws, you know what I'm saying? Nothing too much from Tavian. Of course, like I mentioned, Bo Jackson, he was the leading rusher yesterday, 9 carries, 108 yards. James Peoples yesterday, he had 8 carries for 59 yards. I was kind of salty they didn't really. This one thing I kind of will mention about the offense that I know we were like up tempo. Brian Hartline really wanted to get the ball out there and really get the up tempo offense going for us, the passing game, and get Julian used and comfortable and everything. But I wanted to
Right.
see a little bit more from the running game from like Peoples in particular and a little bit from Donaldson, and we didn't really see too much. James Peoples, he was 8 carries, 59 yards. CJ Donaldson only had 5 carries for 45 yards. Isaiah West, man, 8 carries, 42 yards, came in strong, had a tutty in the game. CJ Donaldson had a tutty as well. Lincoln King hosts 2 carries, 10 yards. Sam Dixon Williams, 3 carries for 9 yards, and he had a tutty. One thing I wanted
Yep.
to mention, Isaiah West, he was the fourth running back. Yesterday, he played ahead of Sam Williams Dixon, and we mentioned that in the chat yesterday, which that was real interesting in that factor for us, Isaiah West getting snaps ahead of Sam Williams Dixon. And it
Yeah.
was crazy because I mentioned that, Ryan Day earlier this week, in one of the pressers, he did mention Isaiah West. He said he was coming along well and they liked what they were seeing from him. And they definitely wanted to, get him some time, and they definitely got him some time. And he looked sharp yesterday. I ain't gonna lie, coming in there for sure, man. And
To touch on that, I think it's probably pass pickup. Pass protection. I think that's where Williams or Sam Dixon Williams or higher. Either way, him. I think that's what's holding him up because you
right,
see what all our running backs do when it comes to pass protection.
what you think about Bo Jackson yesterday, man? Like, I seen a lot of people online. They were like, man, we want to see Bo Jackson see some more carries from him among like James Peoples and CJ Donaldson coming up in these upcoming games. What you think about that, bro?
I think it's crazy because I think yesterday showed it too. To touch on the running back room, not just Bo. I think it is Donaldson's number one. I think Peoples lost his job, and now I think they're gonna give Bo a shot at a lot of carries next week. And if Bo keeps doing what we know Bo knows to do, uh, I think Bo jumps to number two by the end of the year. We start playing big games.
That's an
I don't
interesting
got a
play.
lot of faith in
I don't
Peoples.
think really, honestly, with James and CJ, like yesterday, if you look at the stats right there, James had more carries than CJ yesterday, so they was trying to get
Well,
James
yeah,
going a little bit more. So I think like from Ryan Day earlier this week, he said that James and CJ was both one A one B. My bad. So he
right.
said
No,
like
I'm
they
with
both
you.
want to split the carries. So that I'm going based off of what Ryan is saying in particular
You
as far
can't
as
do
that.
that. You
And then I'm looking at like last week, CJ. Yeah, he started off the game both games this week, but James he came on a little bit more, which is I feel like James is going to heat up a little bit more because I seen some great runs from James yesterday for real. I mean, I like what I seen from James. They just got
of
to
course you are.
keep letting him build, keep letting him
That's
build.
the Ohio State line.
But I will say, Bo Jackson, I love what I seen from him, and he's definitely putting himself in play to where we're going to see some doses of Bo Jackson in some of these other big games possibly in this year, man. It kind of reminded me like of Dallas Hayden. Dallas Hayden when he played that freshman year and
Yeah,
we had some running backs down and then Dallas Hayden came in and he was cooking. You know what I'm saying? Like Bo Jackson like kind of reminds me of that in a sense, as far as that feature, as far as RB3. You know what I mean? So definitely love what I seen from him yesterday. And just moving forward to the receiving, man, James, Jeremiah Smith, of course, like I said, he had 5 catches, 119 yards, 2 tutties. Cardell Tate, a hell of a game from him. That back shoulder throw from JSN and Tate yesterday, a laser dot, man, on the money. Carnell Tate, beautiful catch. You see, that's the thumbnail right there. So I had to make that the thumbnail for this because that was just
bro.
a crazy play. Carnell was five
Cornell
catches,
Tate just makes big
69.
catches.
He
He
had
just makes big catches. That's
dog,
all he does.
bro. He's really him, bro. He made some great catches yesterday in that game, bro. Like I love seeing what I'm seeing from Cornell Tate, bro. He's just a real complete wide receiver. Like he's really
Thanks.
complete. Like that's why he's one of the top wide receivers coming out of this draft coming up for next year. Because he's
His
showing
stock
you
is
why.
rising.
Like he's
His
showing you
stock is
why right now.
rising.
He's really a first rounder right now. Like he's showing you why. So he had 5 catches, 69 yards, 1 tutty yesterday. Will Kazmarek had 2 catches, 55 yards, 1 tutty. He had the first tutty of the game yesterday, which is a
Cashmere.
laser dot from JS10. Jelani Thurman, man. I love seeing Jelani yesterday, bro. Jelani was balling yesterday, dog.
Yeah.
3 catches, 44 yards, 1 tutty. Brandon Ennis, 3 catches, 29 yards. Marlon Graham had a good catch. Where he got out of there too, man. Yards for that
Yep.
yak, man. Yards for after catch, man. From Bryson from Mylan Graham on that play. Bryson Rogers looked good. He had 2 catches, 22 yards. He had a good punt return yesterday too, where he almost fucked around and broke some shit yesterday. Yesterday.
He sure
So
did.
I know a lot of conversation with Bryson Rogers, Brandon Ennis on the punt return shit going on right now because of yesterday. Some people wasn't feeling Ennis at punt return. We'll talk more about that later on because we got some more shit to cover in the show. So, but we'll cover that on the show Thursday for sure. I'm pretty fucking sure. We'll do a deep dive on that for sure.
Uh-oh.
Going into Ohio because this week Ohio State we got Ohio Saturday night. It's a night game, man, which is crazy. They have a night game for Ohio, but not Texas. But that's a whole nother case.
Or
Max
Penn State.
Clear only 1 catch for 7 yards yesterday. Um, Ben Christian got 1 for 1. He got one yesterday. So that's on that end right there. In the defense, man, like I mentioned earlier, Peyton Pierce. He led the team in tackles with 6. Caden Curry had 4. Jalen McClain had 4. Orville Reese had 4. Caden McDonald had 3. Caden McDonald was man, he was balling yesterday. Oh my God, him and Edric. Edric made 2 dummy penalties yesterday, which he gotta clean that shit up. Like Edric Houston got to clean that shit up, man, for sure. Which is I'm not worried about it. I know Edric can be fine, but Edric Houston and Caden McDonald, those two tackles, they are the best two tackles playing together in college football, in my opinion. Just seeing how they play, bro. Like them two guys are some dogs up there. Like remember, Edric Houston was the guy that we recruited as he was the end coming in, and we moved him on the inside last year at tackle, and he's perfect there, man. Him and Caden McDonald, the bro, like they're really savages up there. Garrett Stover, man, he had three tackles, man. Arvell Reese and Sonny Styles, bro. Oh my God. Y'all don't understand what y'all watching between these two guys at linebacker. Like Sonny Styles and R.L. Reese are the two best linebacker core in college football, and we've been screaming it all offseason, and now y'all seeing it full in display right now when the season is alive. Like R.L. Reese is amazing, bro. Like they're already saying that he's running for one of the best linebacker awards and stuff going right now for R.L. Reese within first two games already. Zion Grady had two tackles. He had a great game yesterday. I see he had a sack in the game too as well. Good shit from the freshman. I thought it was my boy number 44. I ain't about to mess up his name. But definitely he a dog as well, man. Um, of
Right.
course, Caleb
CJ
Downs had
Hicks.
a pick yesterday. Bryson West, he had a good game. He had two tackles. Raheem Delane, Riley Petterjohn. Let's talk about it.
Let's go.
Oh my
Let's
God,
go.
Riley Petterjohn yesterday, bro. He was amazing, bro. Had a scoop six yesterday, and he had a crazy tackle, bro, on the running back where he smacked the running back, bro, in this play, bro. It was crazy. It was amazing seeing Riley Petterjohn yesterday go crazy in this game, man. And TJ Alfred looked strong yesterday too, man. I
Yeah.
like what I seen from Alfred and from Garrett Stover as well, man. The DBs was strong, man. Malik Hartford came out there, looking good. All the younger guys, bro. Dominique Kirks. Bo Atkinson looked strong yesterday. He didn't really,
Mm,
have to do too
mm,
much yesterday, even though he ain't
mm.
had no tackles. But you seen him. You see the plays that people don't mention, like the plays where he's
Oh yeah.
forcing the action and stuff, and
Oh yeah.
and forcing plays and stuff. So like those are the plays that's unmentioned that people don't talk about that we as real football guys we see. Like I
He was
mean,
definitely in the right place and pushing them linemen where he was supposed to push them. But I had high expectations for him, and I've been kind of underwhelmed.
my dog Big Play Sports, man. Salute to my dog Big Play Sports, man. My brother, man. Yeah, man.
What up,
So
though?
just looking at the overall, man, totals, yards. We had 651 total yards to their
Good lord.
166. Only one turnover, that one from JS10 in the end zone where he threw he tried to throw the back shoulder fade last minute, but it just no the timing was just bad. Like the cornerback was on it, and he missed one of our wide receivers in the end zone on a slant that was wide open where it was easy money. He could have been flawless in this game, though. But he definitely seen that right away and learned from his mistake, and hopefully he won't make that mistake again. 32 first downs to their 10. Only three penalties from the Buckeyes yesterday. A clean game from the Buckeyes again. Overall, two of the penalties from Edge Houston in particular. 5 for 7 on third down, which is solid. You want to be solid on third downs. 1 for 1 on fourth down. We did give them one fourth down, which was little. It wasn't too
Hmm.
crazy, but I ain't think too much of it. But it is what it is, though. But solid showing though for the Buckeyes yesterday, man. 70-0. Of course, we'll be covering the guys throughout the week and stuff, and have content for the guys. Of course, they going on the next week to Ohio, and then they have a bye week before they get back on their first away game versus Washington. So good showing from the guys versus Grambling. Salute to Grambling though for coming in and playing hard, and what I'm saying, they fought. They fought. And, what I'm saying? We of course, like I said, I don't like these games, but Grambling, like what I'm saying, they came in and fought hard, had a good showing. Some of the guys got some good footage for the, for themselves. You know what I mean? So good
Them
showing
losing
from
their
Grambling
offensive
overall.
tackle was sucks. I hate people getting hurt in games like this. They did great. I want to touch on how many freshmen played for us, and
Yeah,
look
go
at
ahead.
those. Like how much time all these freshmen and these young, inexperienced guys got in there. Didn't give up any points in one penalty for 5 yards, and that whole half
Hey.
of football with nothing but freshmen through. So that was very impressive and something to look at in these games too.
Yeah, bro, it was real impressive, bro, to see the younger. I was excited to see the younger. That's what I like in these games is to see the younger guys get out there and build and develop out there, and seeing Riley Pettijohn and Garrett Stover and T.J. Alfred out there flying around, Dominique Kirks and Zion Grady and Keepe's. I'm gonna call him Keepy. Yeah, he the guy from that we flipped from UCLA. I ain't gonna fuck his last name up right now. But him, seeing him flying out there, man, seeing these guys, bro, these younger guys, Will Smith Jr. and Jarquez Carter, like, and then Aaron Scott, he almost had a pick yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Which they ended up calling back. Just seeing these guys out there, bro, like it was amazing to see these guys out there because we talk about these guys, for us the recruiting, when us getting these guys and recruiting, and seeing them develop and they'll put it on film. It's amazing to see, bro. Like it's definitely amazing to see, man, for sure, man. So
Yes.
we can go ahead and get towards some of these other games, man. It was some crazy shit yesterday, man. So Penn State, man, Penn State, they won 34-0 yesterday. I didn't. I mean, looking at them, bro, like I mean, FIU, they fought hard in the game. Penn State, I mean, I'm not that impressed. No, I'm just being honest. I'm not impressed.
Ten
I'm just
points in
gonna be
what the
honest.
first
I'm
half?
not that impressed. 10 points in the 10-0 in the first half against FIU is nasty work. Like it really is. So
That
like
means
I
your
mean Penn
starters didn't
State is a
score.
good football squad, but I'm telling you, when we see them boys in November, man, it's gonna be problems. I'm telling you. And they coming to the shoe and we gonna be in all black everything. So it's gonna
Good
be a
news.
problem when we see them boys in November. So and then Louisiana Tech with LSU. I talked about this yesterday on my socials yesterday. I'm like, how do y'all say LSU should have been number 1 when they barely beat Louisiana Tech 23-7 at home at night in a night game? In a night game. And then not to mention Clemson, they was down to Troy 16-0 yesterday in the second quarter, bro, and had to come back and reel back a win and beat Troy 27-16.
That's the
Clemson
new
ain't look
SEC
good.
football.
Clemson ain't looking that good as everybody thinks for real, bro. Like, and LSU, I ain't downplaying they win against Clemson, but I'm just saying Clemson, that win ain't looking all the way crazy for real because Clemson ain't look good against Troy yesterday. And we had all of these SEC biased people
Florida,
out there talking like
Alabama.
LSU should be number 1 over Ohio State because they beat Clemson. No, that's not how this shit works, bro. Texas was number 1. Ohio State beat Texas. They earned to be number 1. You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't even
Even if
care
y'all
about.
wanted to be on some shit since Penn State was number 2, y'all wanted to make Penn State number 1 at that point, I wouldn't give a fuck. Honestly, me personally, I'm a person. I don't give a fuck if Ohio State's number 1 or not. Personally, I just want to see
Put
us
us
win
aside.
each damn game. That's just how I am with it. But all of that number 1 talk for LSU, that shit is bullshit. Because LSU, they did not look good last night. They did not look good. They did not. And just moving forward, man. Georgia ain't look good. They another
Austin
one ain't
Peay.
look good. 28-6 versus Austin P, bro. Come on. Like, come on. Let's be real. Like, come on. Georgia's supposed to be blowing these guys out of the water. Like Georgia did not look good yesterday. Like I gotta say that you playing a team, Austin P. You pay these guys $1 million to bring their ass to Georgia and bust their ass. You supposed to go out there and put belt their ass, and they not doing that. 28-6 is not that.
Oh no,
And then you see Miami right here, Bethune Cookman.
doing
They
what they
did what
supposed
they
to do.
supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do. 45-3. That's what Oregon, Oklahoma State.
Texas.
Belt the ass right there. 69-3. Oregon, hey, Dante Moore, I gotta say, he looked sharp yesterday, man. I was watching Oregon yesterday, bro. I gotta say, Dante Moore looked sharp yesterday. I gotta give it to him. Him and DeCorian Moore, that freshman, that's a bad motherfucker, man. He's a bad dude, man, for real. DeCorian Moore is a guy to watch out for Oregon, man. Oregon, solid performance for them versus Oklahoma State, putting belt to them 69-3 yesterday. Texas,
Should be the
10.
same.
Go ahead, go ahead.
My, my fault. I was just gonna say it should be Ohio State one, Oregon two, if you ask me. Those two best looking college teams in
Hey,
football.
real shit. Dead ass right there. I'm with you, bro. Oregon looks sharp as hell they first 2 weeks along with Ohio State. And they doing their thing. You got Texas right here with San Jose State. Texas, I mean Arch Manning, not a crazy game. Like I mean, he had a good game. He did what he was supposed to do, but I'm watching the game and looking at the performance, and I'm just like, it's not all the way there. It's something missing from Manning, bro. And I can't put a touch on it right now. I can't put a
Comfort
touch
in
on
the
it.
pocket. Comfort in the pocket. He don't look like Julian.
He was
Julian look
19.
comfortable out there.
He was 19 for 30, four tutties, one interception yesterday, 295 yards yesterday. He had a rushing touchdown that I seen yesterday that he had. Now I seen that San Jose put some pressure on him where like he's like rushing the ball, like bro, like you know what I'm saying. So I don't know what it is with Texas. You know what I'm saying? Texas, they got some work to do with man, and when they get into these tougher games,
I
man, for
lost.
real, bro, they really do, and they got a lot of talent on their team. Their defense is solid as hell. I definitely fuck with Texas, man. I think they're going to be a team that's going to be competitive. I just wonder how strong they're going to be going in to them strong SEC games. Ted's 305, my brother, man. You see your boys, man. 45-3, man. The Miami boys looking good, man. They looking good, man. Um, hey, then we mentioned Clemson and Troy yesterday. 27-16. Clemson looked bad, bro. Troy was up 16 nothing, bro, at one point, and Clemson just did not look good, bro, in this game. They won, but it wasn't a good performance from Clemson coming off the loss with LSU last week. And it don't make that win so much looking so good for LSU right now. South Carolina, they played South Carolina State, 38-10. They won. They looked okay yesterday. They look all right. They look all right. Going to this next game, Baylor and SMU was a shootout, and that was a game I was looking at earlier this week where I was like, looking at man. I seen people picking Baylor to beat SMU in this game, man. And I was like, that's going to be a tough game. Baylor coming off their loss last week. SMU, they lost in double overtime, 48 to 45. Bro, SMU missed the field goal to win the game,
Mm.
and then Baylor gets the ball, and then they go down there and they kick three ball game. Baylor wins the game for in overtime, and that was just an amazing game yesterday. Amazing game, a shootout, man. And Texas
I,
A&M, they beat
I
Utah State. Go ahead, bro. You got something on that?
no, I had higher hopes for SMU, man. They hurt my feelings with Baylor. They're
Yeah,
gonna
they
hurt my
looking
feelings a lot
shaky,
this year.
bro. They looking shaky the first couple of weeks. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie.
Offense
They
looks
looking
good.
real shaky. And you got
Offense looks good.
yeah, the offense is amazing. The defense has just got to get it together. They got to strap up on defense, man, over there. Um, moving on, Texas A&M, Utah State, they won 44-22. Ole Miss and Kentucky, that was a game I was watching closely yesterday. Um, Kentucky was up in this game at one point and let it slip away. Ole Miss, they held on to win that game yesterday. Kentucky was playing very tough. Gotta say, they was playing tough. My boy Thomas Hill in the building was good, brother. Was good, man. Them Trojans, man. Them Trojans, them USC boys. Hey, USC, they wide receiver had a crazy ass catch yesterday in that game that they had, bro. Like crazy ass catch. Like definitely top 10 ESPN type shit for sure. Like yesterday. So yeah, going back to Ole Miss and Kentucky, yeah, they had a good showing yesterday. Alabama. blew out Louisiana Monroe how you supposed to, 73 to nothing. Tennessee beat East Tennessee State, 72 to 17. Indiana beat Kennesaw State, 56 to 9. They looked sharp yesterday, I gotta say. I was watching them a little bit. Texas Tech, man. I'm impressed with Texas Tech. I know it was Kent State, but I'm watching them the first couple of weeks, man. They looking all right. They building something, man, over there. They got some great transfers over there, Texas Tech over there, man. They spending some of that good Texas money on some of them players over there. So they looked pretty
Right.
decent yesterday. Utah beating Cal Poly 63 to 9 yesterday. Utah is looking sharp the first couple of weeks for sure. And Illinois and Duke. This was a game I was watching big time yesterday, man. Illinois they won that game 45 to 19. Game was close. Duke was with them, man. Duke they just made some they defense couldn't hold up, bro. Illinois, I gotta shout out to Illinois OC, bro. The play calls that he was dialing up when that game was tied like close, like where it was like almost it was like I think it was tied up. Man, the play calling that he had for the offense for the rest of the game was amazing, bro. He was dialing up some amazing play calls for Illinois, and they looked sharp yesterday in that second half of that game, man, for sure. So salute to Illinois in that game. Upset right here with Mississippi State, man, bottom tier team in the SEC beating Arizona State yesterday, bro. Nasty work, bro. Arizona State did not look good yesterday, bro, to be ranked number 12, bro. Number
All
12
the hopes
ranked,
are
and you
over.
lose to Mississippi State. And the crazy part, I said this earlier this week when we had our show earlier this week. I was like, man, that Arizona State Mississippi State game is a little bit different. I think Arizona State beats them, but don't be surprised if Mississippi State slipped one out on them, and they definitely beat them and slipped one out on them yesterday, bro. Like for sure. So I was right with that game. And
Mm,
another upset. South
let's
Florida
go.
and Florida yesterday, bro. Like this game, and we like, bro, insane. Let me mention this. Florida paid South Florida 500K to play at the Swamp yesterday and lose yesterday, bro. 500K to lose yesterday, bro. That is some nasty work, bro. Nasty work, bro. For
Oh, the
real,
Gators
bro.
got chopped.
Florida offense couldn't move the ball. They couldn't do nothing. South Florida stayed in the game. They kept it close, and they ended up, going down, driving the ball down the field, and kicking the game, winning field goal, and winning the game over Florida yesterday. So salute to South Florida for two back-to-back top 2025 wins back-to-back for South Florida, man. You got to put them in. You got to, hey, AP
The
poll.
inner.
Hey, we making our own poll this week. Fuck all the bullshit.
I'm
South
with it.
Florida's gonna
I'm
be on
with
our
that.
rankings. They're gonna be on our rankings for sure. Like South Florida deserves to be top 25, bro. Like for sure. Like they are lit. They are lit. And Florida State beat East Texas A&M 77-3. Then Michigan, Oklahoma. We're gonna talk about that game. We're gonna get to that game. We're gonna get to that game. We're gonna get to that one. We're gonna get to that one. We seen with that game. That was the cap off game. Iowa
Uh,
State, 16 to 13 with Iowa State. Man, they pulled the win off on that rivalry game for the Battle of Iowa in that game for sure. And so then just some other games just to mention. Of course, like I mentioned, Ohio State, we play Ohio University coming up this next Saturday. They upset West Virginia at home yesterday, 17 to 10 yesterday. And some
Damn,
other
Rich.
games. Army with the upset over Kansas State yesterday, bro. Kansas State ain't looking good they first 2 weeks, man. Salute the Army on the upset yesterday over Kansas State. And this crazy number. Kansas State paid Army 1.175 million yesterday and lost at home yesterday. Nasty
Didn't
work,
Army get
bro.
blown out? Didn't Army get blown out last week? Like
Yeah,
blown out?
Army lost bad last week. They definitely did. They definitely did, man. And another game that we right here, UCLA
Kansas
right
State
here,
sucks.
UNLV, they upset. UCLA last night. Well, I don't even know if it's an upset for real, honestly, to be honest. But Nico, man, didn't I mean Nico had an okay game, but it just I told y'all, bro. UCLA is gonna have growing pains, bro. They don't have the roster for Nico to be good, bro. Like I told people that this was gonna happen with Nico. He chasing the bag instead of trying to chase wins, bro. And that shit ain't faring well for him. And this is the result of it right here. Playing
My
games,
fault.
playing against UNLV and getting popped.
Just just to go back to Army because I'm a Navy guy. They lost to Tarleton State last
Yeah,
week.
I talked to the state last week. Yep.
Tarleton State. I didn't know that was a school. I never heard of that before in my life. And then they go beat Kansas State, who was in the top 15. Like we gotta stop. We gotta stop with the Big 12, bro. We gotta stop putting them rankings up there because they are not good at all.
Man, bro, as you talk about
Sorry.
it, brother. Talk about it, bro. I'm glad you mentioned that shit, bro. I'm glad you mentioned that in context because that Tarleton State loss was nasty work for Army, and then they come back and do this week. This is amazing. I gotta give it up for them on that one. I gotta give it up to them for that one. And another one, man. Big game right here yesterday. That was a good ass game yesterday. Michigan State pulled off a win over Boston College, 42-40 yesterday. Good ass game yesterday for these guys. Michigan State pulled it out last night. And another one right here that was a good one yesterday. Kansas and Missouri. I was watching this game. Kansas was up 21-6, bro. They let Missouri
Yep.
come back, bro, in that game, bro. Which was nasty work, like real nasty work in that game. But this was a good ass game though between these two teams, Kansas and Missouri, man. And let's get to it right here, bro. Let's go ahead and get to it. Let's
Hell
get to
yeah.
it because I wanted to lose. I wanted to use the rest of the portion of this show for this in particular right here, man. So right here, of course, you got Michigan, man. The Bums up north. They lose last night to Oklahoma last night, man. Bryce Underwood
9 for 20.
9 for 24 last night.
Less than
Um,
150.
John Mateer, bro. John Mateer was looking good last night, bro. He was 21 for 34, one tutty passing, but he had two rushing TDs, 270 passing yards. He had one interception that was no, he overthrew his wide receiver, which was on him for sure. And he was the leading rusher as well for Oklahoma with 74 rushing yards and two tutties with 19 carries. And of course, Justin Hines, the Alabama transfer, he was the leading rusher for Michigan, had 19 carries for 125 yards. What the reason why he had that over that 100 though? Because he busted like
Yep.
a 75-yard run out at halftime. You know what I mean? Where like
I was
he
gonna say.
definitely, you know what I'm saying, like that gave him his, over that 100 for sure. That clipped him over there. But one thing I wanted to mention though, like the dude McCauley, that wide receiver, he's not bad for for Michigan, man. They need to let him eat a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. That's me speaking on some no hater, no bias shit, and on some shit like real shit. Watching this game, I felt like this game wasn't close as it looks. Like looking at this
Right.
game last night, bro. Like I mean, you look at Oklahoma, they dominated them with total yards 408. Yeah, Tez. Yeah, John Mateer, that boy cold, bro. He a bad motherfucker, man, for real. I gotta give it to him. That's a bad dude, for real. He is one of them, and I said that going into this game. I'm like, John Mateer, Michigan gonna have a problem with that boy, man, because he looked sharp last week in that first game, and they had a problem with him last night, bro. He was passing and running it on them last night. Yeah, Oklahoma had two turnovers. Now this is the problem. Oklahoma special teams kept Michigan in this game last night. And I said this earlier too, like in the group. I'm like, Oklahoma kept them in the game with bad special teams play, bro. Two
Yep.
turnovers. One of them was through a muff punt. Then they got penalties on two punts on Michigan when the defense stopped Michigan. Like the Oklahoma defense was on point last night. They were on point besides the little bullshit run they gave up for 75 yards from Justice Haynes. But Oklahoma defense was electric last night. I like what I seen from their defense. They had Bryce Underwood confused out there. The play calling for Michigan from their OC was suspect as hell last night. Suspect as hell. Like, yeah, they did not. They were scared to let Bryce loose and throw the ball downfield and test and challenge Oklahoma's DBs out. And that's where I was like, bro, test they DBs out. Like challenge them, throw the ball downfield and test them DBs out, dog. Like that's what I wanted to see, and we ain't see that last night at all, bro. They was scared, and they kept their hand in their pocket, bro. They didn't want no fucking smoke with Bryce throwing the ball, putting that shit in the air downfield, bro. For real, bro. Like
Thanks. It was a whole lot of fear going on. I thought it was hilarious.
you see the
9 for
penalties for Oklahoma.
24.
Five penalties from Oklahoma, bro. Like bad penalties right there. Michigan 3 for 14 on third downs, bro. 0 for 1 on fourth down. Like didn't have the ball long that much in the game. A lot of three and outs from Michigan last night.
How many
And
wins did Oklahoma have last year?
shit, they only had a handful.
Two. Two wins
Who
last year.
wins? Yeah, bro. That's what I'm
That's
saying,
nasty
bro.
work.
And they're looking like Brent Venables was dialing it up on defense. No, confusing Bryce Underwood out there last night, man. And like I said, special teams for Oklahoma hurt them. Where this game they could have blown Michigan out last night for real. They really could have blown them out. This score should have been more than what it was for real. But Oklahoma, they bit themselves in the foot on special teams in this game last night. And Michigan, the O line looked bad last night. Didn't look strong. Like this, let's go ahead and do this. 'Cause I love doing this trolling shit. I love this shit on StreamYard to post shit like this. So the Michigan diehards over there, right? You got them over there. So they always be talking crazy on Facebook about Ohio State, this and that, trolling and doing all of this shit. Let's hear some of their afterthoughts from the game from last night. So this is the Michigan diehards morning afterthoughts. Let's hear them. And they start off and say, how many times did Bryce turn the wrong way to the running back to go the wrong way on play action? Why do we even play? And then you got guys like he says that was by design, I think, because it was never a real looking handoff. Receivers have to start catching balls and running correct routes. Second to last drive of the game, if the receiver runs the fade like Bryce called, it's a TD. Bryce also has to learn to take reads on the players, but he needed time to do that, and he rarely had time.
Oh my god. Excuses, 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 excuses,
And then
excuses.
you got shit like this right here. And then this guy says we have to find a way to open the offense up. All of that running the ball up the middle is getting too predictable. And we also don't have the same O line to make running the ball way effective. Hopefully, with more not coaching these next two games will allow Chet, the OC, to call the type of plays that he really wants. Go Blues. And then you
I
got
like the positivity.
guys. Then you got guys like this. He said, defense is playing soft and not flying to the ball. You don't beat a team with running the quarterback when everyone just assumes one other player will tackle him. Watch our championship team 2 years ago. We had 4 or 5 guys on every tackle. Also, it felt like Oklahoma knew every play we called. Let's mix it up more and disguise better. O line looks horrible. No passion and toughness from what I can see. They opened up holes on one big run, and then the rest of the game was very uninspiring. I would love to see more design runs for Underwood and more running back screens. Also, more spread offense formations to create some space in the middle. The game overall was tough to watch. Young team, but lack of passion and toughness was very concerning. Now, this is a real one. He calling it how I saw it last night. This is a real one. This is a real one. I'll give him that. This is a real one. He called it down the middle right there. And then you
Nah,
got
they
this
look
guy.
like trash.
Hey, look at this right here. This guy says Bryce Underwood looked like Joe Milton last night. And
What game are
then
these guys watching?
and then, and then dude Sam Scrub said it was a lot funnier to watch when Connor told us what plays were coming. I had
At
to
least he's
when I
honest
seen
about
that, bro. When I seen that, I'm like, I gotta put this on the show, bro. Just we gotta see this shit, bro. This shit too fucking funny, bro. Oh my god. Let me out the other one. He said, almost makes me miss Rich Rod. Talk about
it.
Rich Rodriguez. The dude says the fuck for.
Did you see what he did at West Virginia in his first game back?
Bruh,
Lost.
it be funny seeing these daggone Michigan fans, bro. They be like way crashing, bro. Like it be funny. Then it said, "Can't baby Bryce Underwood." I know some of us are going to say, "Well, he threw the ball 24 times." It's not how many times he threw it; it's when we ask to throw it. You can't ask him to throw when everyone and their mama knows he is going to throw it, especially against a good defense. I think a few down throws, especially in the first half, could have gotten a lot of those 8 men in the box that the Sooners were running to stop. I also believe that we missed Klein at tight end more than people think. Like hosting last year, Klein is a mismatch over the middle. We'll get better as the year goes on. Bryce Underwood will continue to improve. Oklahoma defense was really good, a lot of better than I thought. Also, we can't keep not capitalizing on gift. Oklahoma gave us a ton of chances, like I said, to score. And we only got a field goal or nothing out of those chances. We will be okay. Great test for us. An SEC team on the road early in the year. No harm, no foul. So I like what he said for us that shit because I said they Oklahoma gave them chances to get in the game. Michigan just didn't capitalize. They just didn't capitalize on them. Like, you know what I mean? Like the game, like Michigan, they had the game close to where they could have reeled back in this game if they did what they needed to do. And they ain't do what they needed to do. Like I felt like they should have opened the offense up more a little bit with Bryce last night. The running game, they Oklahoma, they're putting 8 in the box, 7, 8 in the box, crashing out on y'all ass, telling Bryce, throw the ball. We want you to beat us. Throw the damn ball, Bryce Underwood and Sharon Moore. Y'all gonna have to throw the ball to beat us. And they forced that shit. And I said this about Michigan. With our team, when we play these boys, and I said this a couple of days ago, when we play these boys, it's going to be the same as that shit. We shut that fucking run down, Bryce. We're going to force you to beat us. You're going to have to beat us with your arm. And if you can't do that, hey, good riddance. Good riddance.
Smoke
Because I'm
city.
telling you, this defense with Ohio State is different, bro. It's totally different. They're the most athletic. I said it yesterday on my socials yesterday. This is the most athletic defense I've seen from Ohio State that I've seen, and I'm a lifelong fan. Like I've seen some amazing defenses from Ohio State in history, Tommy. But this defense for this 2025 defense is the most athletic defense I've seen over the board. And this team is crazy. So I'm just saying in general, they're going Michigan's going to have to develop Bryce faster than what they want if you're looking at the play.
Oh yeah, he's. I think they got a wash on this year anyway. And now you see what I'm looking at. I Oklahoma ain't that good. You know what I mean? They're not that good. They got some players. It's still Oklahoma. They can still recruit, but like they're not that good. And you just lost to them. Michigan's looking at the same years last year, except they ain't gonna beat us.
Facts, bro. Oklahoma definitely looked real good yesterday, bro. I got to give it to them, bro. I like what I seen from Oklahoma, man. And just to throw a little bit of mention for Ohio State yesterday, man, paid Grambling $1 million to beat their ass 70 nothing yesterday. Just to add a little context to that game yesterday. Through Hill, bro. Your boys look, your Sooners look good last night, man. They look good last night, man. I gotta say, they look sharp. They look sharp, man. I gotta say, I was impressed. And hey, man, too bad, man, for you daggone bums up north fans, man. It is what it is. Y'all live to fight another day. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
pops.
Y'all live to fight another day. And them Ohio State Buckeyes is looking good than a motherfucker right now. You know what I'm saying? They're looking good
Yes.
and or they looking like they want to go back to back. That's what they're looking like. And I told y'all, y'all better beat this team now. Because these next 2 years for Ohio State is going to be even crazier. And I'm telling you this in advance. Like our
Exactly.
roster is built to win the next like 3, 4 years, win championships within these next 3, 4 years, right now. You know what I'm saying? So you better beat Ohio State right now. Why y'all can? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, which I don't think you can, because this team was even just as much as lit as last year. Julian Sand, bro, we got one of the best fucking quarterbacks out there, bro. That's looking. They call him J. Cool, bro. They call him J. Cool, man. They call him my boy J. Cole. Like this team different, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We going places.
Ryan
I,
on savage timing right now, bro. Like he's on demon mode. Like he's on bullshit. Like right now. Go ahead,
he
bro.
can do whatever he wants to this team. Whatever he wants. They that good, dog. I think they better than last year.
I want to ask you something real quick. What you think? Because I seen something with earlier. Because I was watching like the press conference from after the game. What you think about Ryan Day? Like when he speaks? Because I've noticed this when he speaks about Julian saying he gets excited speaking about Julian saying. Like, and I've never
Yeah.
seen him really get excited talking about his starting quarterbacks that much for real. He kind of stay in character for real, for the most part, for real. But Ryan Day, we see him not get out of character so much. Where like we see him get excited talking about, man, Julian, he's so accurate. Just his decision making. Yeah, he had the one mishap yesterday, but he learned from it immediately and said what he did wrong. Like he loves Julian Sand, bro. He definitely loves Julian Sand. Like, man, so what you think about like Ryan Day's perspective a little bit, man, before we go ahead and get out of here for the NFL show real quick. You know what I'm saying on that?
Oh, Ryan Day sound like me. What he talk about saying, bro? Yeah. I don't think we've had a quarterback like him since CJ, and I don't even think. I think he a better passer than CJ. That's. I mean,
Mm,
that's as much credit as I can give. And I've watched a lot of quarterbacks, all over the place, just like everybody else has. And he's just special. He's special. His calmness, the way everybody was already rallying around him before Ryan Day even called him the starter.
fact.
And I thought when I was watching him, it was just because I had Will Hire so far in my head that maybe I was a little extra on him because he's a different kind of quarterback. I'd say a better one, but it's all opinionated anyway. But
Fact.
we have a real deal quarterback for the next 2 years, and yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we on some '90s bullshit and go ahead and three-peat. I would not be surprised. I'll
Okay.
call it.
Man, bro, I'm loving it, bro, because I'm loving the real deal. What I'm seeing, and then it makes up where I thought about the decision that was made between him and Aaron Nolan, which is I'm like, hey, I'm fine with the decision now. I ain't. I'm over that situation 100% completely now. Like you know what I'm saying? Because
Right?
I definitely felt a little way because I did like Aaron Nolan. I did like him a lot, but
Shit, I
I
did
see
too.
why now. We see why Ryan Day made that decision that way. We see
Yeah.
why he made that decision. Absolutely, man, for sure, man. So, man, closing statements, man, before we get out here and get ready for this NFL show, because we got to be right back on in a couple of minutes on the NFL shit for the predictions for these Week 1 games.
Next 3 weeks for Ohio, well, next 4 weeks for Ohio State gonna be real easy. Our test is a month away in Illinois, but I'm not even sure that's going to be a test. I think it's going to be Indiana last year. So I think we are in good shape, and I think Ohio State could run the table, get the perfect season Randy Moss and Tom Brady couldn't give the Patriots.
Thanks, bro. I think they definitely, bro. They're hungry, bro. Like I see how they're humble, they're hungry. I see how these boys definitely just want to get better week by week, like the way they going about everything. Yeah, man, Three Hill, we will be ready, man. The first away game in Washington, man. We will be ready coming off the bye. Be ready, man, so we can put that belt, bring that belt out. BTA shit, you know what I'm saying, up in Washington. We will be ready. We're gonna be excited for that game because that's gonna be JSN's first away start. You know what I mean? So we're gonna be real excited for that game. We're gonna be
I
up for
ain't
that one.
worried about that.
We
Get
won't be
out of
sleepy.
here.
We won't be
You're gonna see
sleepy. We're
Bo
gonna be
Jackson and
well
Petty John and all these freshmen in that game too. I ain't worried about it.
Thanks, man. You already know, man. Buckeye Steppers podcast, man. You know the recap for week three. I mean, I keep saying week three. Damn, man. Week two. Damn it. Damn, man. Shit. I'm thinking of high school, man. With high school. High school's in week three. That's where I'm at, man. It's been football all weekend for me. So no, because
Friday,
I'm
Saturday,
covering high
Sunday, baby.
school here in the city. High school was crazy here in Cincinnati, man. Friday night, man. So definitely was lit. But y'all already know week two recap today, man. Amazing recap for sure. And y'all already know we'll be live Thursday with predictions for week three, officially for sure. And you know, Ohio State, we got Ohio night game next week, 7:30. And we'll be ready and we'll be having content throughout the week for sure, man. We're gonna do some more shit. I got some more shit we're gonna be doing this week, man, for sure. We're gonna be having some content flowing throughout this week, man, on the college football side. So definitely stay tuned in to the channel, KJ Network, man. Buckeye Steppers podcast, definitely live in the rec every Thursday at 8 p.m. And well, shit, we might, I don't know. Well, shit, next Saturday, I can't even. It's gonna be tough, bro, because there's so much shit going on next Saturday, man. Fucking Canelo, Bull Carver fight, games. Oh, man, it's
Oh
gonna
yeah.
be a crazy week next week, dog. So crazy shit. But y'all already know, Buckeye Steppers podcast. Always
Ah,
Oh,
yo.
we out of here. And we about to be back live in a couple of minutes. NFL week one predictions. CamJ Network. Y'all know how we rocking, man. We cooking up. We working today. We out of here.